Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Ronald, and today we're diving into one of the most beloved and powerful books in the Bible, the Psalms. Whether you're a seasoned reader or just beginning your journey, the Psalms offer a unique window into the human experience and our relationship with God. This book is a collection of prayers, poems, and songs that express a wide range of emotions: joy, sorrow, praise, lament, and everything in between. As I journey through the Bible, I'll weave in Psalms since they were written during various travels and experiences. Today, for instance, we'll start with Psalm 90, penned by Moses himself. It's a perfect place to begin our exploration. Before exploring Psalm 90, let me give you a bit of a breakdown of the entire book. So what are the Psalms? The Psalms are a collection of 150 individual pieces of Hebrew poetry, traditionally attributed to King David, but also written by other authors like Asaph, the sons of Korah, and Moses. They were used in worship in ancient Israel, both in public temple service and private devotion. Think of them as the hymnal of the Old Testament, a song or ode in praise or honor to God. The word psalm comes from the Greek word psalmos, meaning a song sung to accompany a stringed instrument. Now here's a breakdown. The Psalms are divided into 5 books, likely mirroring the 5 books of the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible. This division helps us see the progression and organization within the collection. Now, Book 1, Psalms 1 to 41, primarily attributed to David, focusing on the experiences and trust in God. Book 2, Psalms 42 to 72, are a collection of various authors emphasizing God's kingship and deliverance. And Book 3, Psalms 73 to 89, focuses on the sanctuary and God's covenant faithfulness, strongly emphasizing lament and reflection. Book 4, Psalm 90 through 106, highlights God's sovereignty and reign over all creation, focusing on praise. And then Book 5, Psalms 107 through 150, are a culmination of praise, celebrating God's goodness and faithfulness. Now, within these books, we find different types of psalms. Psalms of praise, celebrating God's character and work, example, Psalm 100 or 150. Songs of lament, expressing sorrow, grief, and pleas for help, Psalm 22 or 130. Psalms of thanksgiving, giving thanks to God's blessings and deliverance, Psalms 107. Psalms of royal and messianic, focusing on the king and often pointing to the coming Messiah, Psalm 2 or 110. Psalms of wisdom offer insights and guidance, living a godly life, Psalm 1 or 19. Psalms of imprecation, calling for God's judgment on enemies, Psalm 137. Now, here are a few tips for understanding and engaging with the Psalms. Read them devotionally. Don't just read them as literature. Read them as prayer. Allow them to speak to your heart. Pay attention to the emotions. The Psalms express a wide range of feelings. Don't be afraid to connect with those emotions in your life. Consider the historical context, understanding the circumstances in which the Psalm was written. That can deepen your understanding of the message. Also look for patterns and themes, noticing reoccurring themes like God's faithfulness, His love, and His power. Pray the Psalms. Use the Psalms as a guide for your prayer. They can help you express your heart to God. Remember the messianic connection. Many Psalms point toward Jesus Christ. Recognizing these connections enriches our understanding of both the Psalms and the Gospel. Take your time. The Psalms are meant to be savored. Don't rush through them. Allow them to soak into your soul. Also use study tools like commentaries or study Bibles and online resources that can provide valuable insight. Psalm 90 is a prayer of Moses, reflecting on the eternal nature of God and the fleeting nature of human existence. It acknowledges God's wrath against sin and the pleas for His mercy and blessing. The main themes are God's eternity, human frailty, and the brevity of life. Also, and the need for divine wisdom and favor. Now, verses 1 to 2, Moses begins by acknowledging God as their dwelling place throughout all generations. He emphasizes God's eternal existence, preceding the creation of the mountains and the earth. Now, this sets the stage by contrasting God's timelessness with mankind's limited time. In verses 3 to 6, Moses speaks of God's power to return humans to dust, highlighting their mortality. He describes 1,000 years as a passing day in God's sight, emphasizing the vast difference between God's time and our time. Life is compared to grass that flourishes in the morning and withers in the evening. Then in 7 to 10, Moses acknowledges God's wrath against sin, recognizing that his anger consumes their days. He speaks of God's awareness of their iniquity, even their secret sin. He also contemplates the short duration of human life and the trouble that fills it. He then asks who truly knows the power of God's anger. Verses 12 to 17, Moses prays for wisdom to number their days so that they may gain a heart of wisdom. He pleads for God's compassion and asks him to satisfy them with his love. He asks God to make them glad in proportion to their affliction and to show his work to their children. And finally, Moses asks the Lord's favor to establish the work of their hands. Psalm 90 is a profound meditation on the contrast between God's eternal nature and brevity of human life. It acknowledges God's wrath against sin and pleads for his mercy, wisdom, and blessing. It serves as a reminder to live wisely, recognizing the fleeting nature of our time on earth and seeing God's favor. The Psalms are a treasure trove of spiritual wisdom and encouragement. I encourage you to spend time in this book and allow it to transform your relationship with God. Thank you for joining me today. May God bless you as you explore the Psalms. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, and leave a comment with your favorite Psalm.